Hey, what's happening, gamers? Welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Trilogy, Trials and Tribulations, the final game in the trilogy.
Ooh.
How many times can I say trilogy? Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell to be notified when more Ace Attorney arrives every day at 3 p.m.
Oh, yeah!
It's time for us to head back into the courtroom with Nick and Maya.
Somebody. It's justice time!
Mia!
What?
Episode 1, Turnabout Memories.
Wait, but Mia, how can she be here? I'm so confused.
I guess we'll find out, won't we? Or, how did I get into this mess?
Phoenix riding his bike again? Wait, no, somebody else.
Why? Why did I do that?
Uh-oh.
That girl. You shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake, if you continue to see her, it's gonna be bad news. You're lying! Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it. Don't talk about her like that.
Whoa.
Whoa. Phoenix, what did you do?
What?
It wasn't me. I didn't.
Phoenix?
I didn't do it.
Dun, dun, dun!
What?
Whoa, what is going on?
5 years earlier, Mia Fey, second trial. Yikes.
Whoa, Mia?
April 11th, 9:40 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3.
And the guards are still the same guards. Ah, it's finally time. I'm kind of nervous.
Ah!
Oh, Mr. Grossberg, good morning.
Ah, Mia! Please, calm yourself down. You're going to get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, no?
What are you talking about? I'm relaxed, Mr. Grossberg. Look at me, I'm relaxed.
Let go of my lapels. Oh, you obviously haven't gotten the temperament to be a lawyer.
I'm sorry. It's just that I'm so nervous today.
Oh, that's right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? So she's younger. Well, never fear, my dear. I'm Marvin Grossberg. I'm at your service.
Actually, isn't your name Grossberg? And this is my second time in court.
Still, you surprised me, what with your earnest request last night. Let me handle this case, you suddenly said, and quite forcefully, too.
I just found out yesterday about the case, I mean.
What? You have already learned all the relevant facts?
Well, about that, you see, I mean, of course I have, I think.
Oh dear. In any case, don't let your client see you nervous. You see the poor young man in the pink sweater over there? That's our client. Good morning there, everybody.
Good morning. Try to keep smiling, Mia.
I just want to say, I'll give it all I've got. Yep, it'll be fine, no problem. That's you.
Oh, what's wrong? Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Wright?
Actually, it's right. Like the Flying Brothers. People screw it up all the time. And yes, I have a cold. That's what this mask is for. My doc says this won't give it to anyone else. Be kind to others, he says.
Right, Mr. Wright. You have nothing to fear in court today. If you are truly innocent, I promise that I will save you.
Yeah, please, let go of my shirt.
That's right. He's the one on trial, not you, Mia. He's the one who should be nervous. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. He looks like he needs help. My name is Mia Fey. I'm still pretty new at this lawyer thing. The first time I appeared in court was a year ago. But that trial traumatized me so badly. I thought I'd never set foot in another courtroom. It's been 1 year since then, and well, here I am again. But this time I'm gonna win! For my client, and for myself.
Phoenix looks sad.
Yep.
April 11th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright.
Man, this judge has been around forever. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
This guy.
The defense today is Miss, Mia Fey, was it?
Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem?
I was under the impression that, Grossberg was to be leading the defense.
Yes, well, you see, Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency.
Emergency? But isn't that him standing, there right next to you?
No, well, yes, well...
You're just a rookie. Are you sure you can really handle this?
Don't let him scare you, Mia. Give him your toughest look. Of course, Your Honor! I think.
Well, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please.
Well. I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer. Don't worry, little girl. It will be over soon.
What was that all about? Was he trying to trash talk me?
Now then, I'd like to proceed with a summary of events of the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The murder victim was a student named Doug Shallow.
It looks like Swallow.
He was a fourth-year student studying pharmacology, so
Pharmacology.
pharmacology, like pharmacist?
Yep, exactly.
It sounds like he was a very bright young man.
Yes, well, next we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime.
Oh.
Ugh.
Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body. And the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway, then they called the police.
That certainly makes the defendant look very suspicious indeed. Very well. The court accepts this photo into the record as evidence.
Crime photo 1, added to the court record.
By the way, I can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo.
Probably the power lines.
Yeah.
Your reputation for, sagacity is well earned, Your Honor. The truth is that this victim died rather unusual death.
Huh? An unusual death?
What do you mean, Mr. Payne?
Well, perhaps the defense would like to take this question.
Huh?
A simple question. I thought I might loosen you up a bit. I'm a gentleman, if you will.
A what? Stand up to him, Mia. Show him what you're made of.
Perfect opportunity. Well, what is it? The cause? Go on. Please say you know that much at least.
I'm sorry. I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file last night.
My
Hemorrhoids.
getting gagged up. Oh my. Now see here. The details of the case are filed under the court record. But you know that already, didn't you?
The court record. I think I can see that by pressing the R button.
All the weapons we need can be found in the court record, yes. Take a good look at the data and I think carefully before you answer, my dear.
Yes, sir. I'll do just that. I've got to stay calm. I can't let that prosecutor get the better of me. The court record. Okay, let's take a look. I just press the R button here and... Okay, so the crime took place and the date... Okay, so I'm supposed to tell them...
So I probably present the crime photo then. Oh, I can't present the crime photo.
Cause of death was fatal electric shock, so we can present that, probably.
Zap!
So,
okay. Now then, would the attorney for the defense please answer the question? What was the cause of death?
Electrocution.
Yeah. According to the court record, it was a fatal electric shock. In other words, electrocution.
Electrocution? How could such a thing happen? Did the murderer use some type of new super powerful stun gun, perhaps?
The answer to that will become crystal clear as this trial proceeds, Your Honor. But before that, there is one more vital issue.
What's that?
Why, motive, of course. Apparently, there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant.
Bad blood?
What do you mean?
Whoopsie, I'm terribly sorry. You're defense attorney, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this.
I really don't like this guy's smug attitude.
That's Winston Payne, for he is one smooth operator, if you catch my drift. They don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, you know.
Rookie killer? Oh my gosh.
Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? And this time, I would like to see some supporting evidence.
Evidence?
Oh, you need to get all worked up over this. No need. As I said, all our weapons can be found in the court record.
Okay.
I found the evidence you need and shove it into old Graybeard's face.
Yes, sir. Into old Graybeard's face. Okay.
Excuse me? Try to set a better example for the young lady. Evidence isn't the only thing in the court record. People's profiles are as well. You can toggle between profiles and evidence with the R button, so be sure to get over it all.
Oh, profiles.
Now then, let's see what you've got. What was the cause of the bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the victim? Well, probably a woman.
The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here.
Dyla Hawthorne, is it?
Very good, Miss Fay. You seem to have picked up on at least this much. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. But up until about 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly, she has some part to play in this story.
Oh, he's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants. Very well, Mr. Payne. Please call your first witness.
If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What? The defendant himself? Well, Miss Fay?
It's fine. After all, Mr. Wright is innocent, right? The defense has no objection.
Very well. Mr. Phoenix Wright, please come to the witness stand.
Have fun, Luke. It looks like Mr. Payne has more hair in this.
Witness, please state your name and occupation. Yeah, my name is Phoenix Wright.
Phoenix with a cold.
My job is, well, right now, I guess I'm a suspect.
No, he means what did you do before you were arrested?
Oh, achoo! I was a university student. Mr. Wright, you understand that you are suspected in the death of your fellow student. But I didn't do it! I'm innocent, I tell you! I'm telling you, achoo!
Would the defendant please refrain from passing on his cold to the rest of us? Disgusting.
It seems the witness has something he wants to say.
Well then, Mr. Wright, please tell us about your relation to the said victim.
Right away, Your Honor. The victim and I. I admit I was there. But I'm not a killer! All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Oh, he was British? Dang it. There was no way I could have known.
Well, there's no way.
I see. So you hardly knew the victim then.
And now they tell us he was British after we've already gone through all the voices.
Like I said, I'm not a killer.
It looks like the judge understands.
You're being naive, you know. Too naive.
Huh?
It seems that you've forgotten one small thing, young lady.
And that would be?
This witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination.
cross-examination?
He's right, and it's the defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if a witness testimony contains any contradictions.
Contradictions?
If a witness is lying, their statements will conflict with the court record.
But Mr. Wright is my client.
Even if he is your client in court, all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see?
What does he mean by that? Is he saying that testimony just now... that there was a lie? A contradiction?
Now then, your cross-examination if you please, Miss Fay.
Please, Mr. Wright, tell me you haven't been lying. You wouldn't do that to me, would you?
The victim and I. Hammer's getting into character. I admit I was there. But I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body.
Alright, maybe okay.
We can basically,
Yeah, we'll just go through everything.
We'll go through everything, okay.
Oh, that's a weird voice for Mia. She's cooler than that. When you say there, you mean the place where the victim was murdered?
Well, she's supposed to be like 20. When she was Phoenix Wright's boss, she was 30.
I don't know. I'm just used to Mia's other voice. I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, sort of. The place where something happened anyway.
Oh my gosh.
Something? You can't hide what happened. We have photographic evidence.
Oh my gosh, this objection is so weird.
That's you! That's you!
Anyway, Mr. Wright, what were you doing at the scene of the crime? I thought you said you didn't know the victim, Mr. Swallow.
It was just a coincidence. We bumped into each other by accident.
A coincidence, huh?
But I'm not a killer. All I did was find the body.
Hold it! You say you found the body, so who called the police then?
Huh? It's you! Unfortunately, it was some other students that notified the police.
Other students?
Yes, that's correct. I mean, they were witnesses.
Oh.
Witnesses who saw the defendant standing there next to the body in shock.
Oh, wow, that does not look good.
What? Is this true, Mr. Wright? Yeah, I'm not doing the actual thing.
Could you stop sneezing every time you're in a bind?
Well, it's true that I was pretty shocked that I found the body. But I hardly knew the guy to begin with.
Hold it! So, you didn't know his face or even his name, right? Right?
Right. Well, no. That is, I mean...
So, which is it? Did you know him or not?
That's you! That's... Now, see here! You can't avoid answering the question by sneezing all day.
Well, I guess I did know his name.
News to me. Why didn't he tell me that before?
I heard he used to be, to date Dolly.
Who is this Dolly person?
Ah, yes, that would be the defendant's lover, Miss Dahlia Hathorn.
Oh, I see. A young love, so bittersweet.
Oh my gosh.
But that's all I know about him. Well, I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe.
Hold it! Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with.
That's right. I mean, why would I?
But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe?
That's you!
Well, Mr. Wright?
No, it wasn't me. I'm not a killer, I swear.
Mr. Wright, I will give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe?
Yes, well...
Wait, did he want to be British or he's stuck up wannabe that is British?
He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt.
Oh, he wanted to be British there. Did you see it at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean.
Yes, that's right. I saw it on the crime scene. But that's why I figured he must love British stuff, see? It's true, cross my heart. I swear I didn't do it.
He's acting fishier than the salmon I ate last night.
Oh my gosh. May I ask you something, Miss Fay?
Yes, Your Honor. What is it now?
Who is this person anyway? This Union Jack fellow?
The Union Jack is the name of the United Kingdom's flag, you buffoon! I'm sorry.
Oh, I see. So you mean like the Stars and Stripes, right?
As usual, Your Honor, your insight astounds even me!
Hey, something just occurred to me. Isn't there something strange about this bit just now?
Mia, there is a contradiction here.
Mr. Grossberg!
Pay attention, Mia.
Sorry.
Quickly now, show that boy you mean business with evidence, I mean.
Okay, Mia, check the court record carefully.
Well, my dear, do you think you can manage on your own from this point? I need to grab a burger.
I don't know if I can manage. 1 year ago, I was in a courtroom just like this. I can do it. I can handle this myself.
You mustn't try to bite off more than you can chew, Mia.
I'll be fine. I know what I have to do.
Remember, you can always press him to get more information. Oh, and one more thing. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some definitive proof.
Okay, Mia. One more time from the very beginning of his testimony. Okay, so something is weird with the Union Jack.
Okay.
And like him saying that how did he know he wanted to be a British wannabe? He said he saw it on his body when it was down there, but maybe we should check the court record and see if there's actually a Union Jack on him can we check it or possibly? When can we check the court record? Okay, can we check that photo there? Okay, is he wearing a Union Jack?
I'm not seeing any,
There's no Union Jack on the back of his,
No.
leather jacket, so let's present that next time he says something about the Union Jack.
Okay.
Okay.
So then we'll go... There it is, the Union Jack. So you want to present the photo.
Yes, I do. Objection! Are you certain that you saw the Union Jack on him?
Yeah, I'm sure it was right there on his back.
Miss Fay, is there some point to this line of questioning?
Your Honor, please take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing on the victim's back.
Hey, wait a minute! He was wearing a leather jacket. The Union Jack was on the back of the t-shirt he was wearing.
I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body. But if that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You have no idea at all what he was wearing underneath the jacket! Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me!
Please forgive me!
Mia, you made your client cry.
Let him! That P on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyway! I can't believe I trusted him! Mr. Wright was all wrong!
That was an impressive bit of cross-examination! I mean... Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. It's quite clear that this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime.
It's weird that we're cross-examining our own client, though. Uh-oh. Did I go too far?
By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it?
Yeah, I took some, but...
Was the medicine that you took an over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X?
Yeah, that's right. It kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How did you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X?
Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now?
What does this have to do with anything?
Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere.
He lost it? Does this even have anything to do with the case?
Mr. Wright, shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now? Huh?
Huh?
Your Honor, I'd like to take a look at another photo from the crime scene.
What?
What is this in the victim's hand? It's Cold Killer X!
Objection! Yes, but even I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment!
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work here. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to. Especially since Wright's fingerprints are all over it.
Oh my gosh. What?
Uh-oh. Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine, dropped by Mr. Wright, and hid it in his hand. His purpose in doing so can only been to identify the killer as Phoenix Wright.
What? That doesn't even make any sense.
Okay, that's kind of a stretch.
That's stupid.
Order! I know for a fact that Mr. Phoenix Wright in the future will become a dashing attorney.
Your Honor, time travel is irrelevant. I'd like to present this photo of bottle as evidence.
Very well. The court will accept this weird item into the court record.
Crime photo added to the court record.
Cold Killer X added to the court record.
Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken.
Broken?
Yes! It ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it. Shocking! Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all this?
I am shocked! This is really bad.
Oh my butt! My poor itchiness.
Oh my gosh.
Kids channel.
What really happened? The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacy department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then at 3 we split up. And then later, when I went back, I found him lying there. I've been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 to 3 days, but I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident.
Okay.
Interesting.
Mr. Knight, that's completely different from the testimony you just gave previously.
Achoo! I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth. You'll forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony any more credible.
Miss Faye, please begin your cross-examination.
Okay. Oh, please, Mr. Wright, don't tell any more lies.
What really happened?
Okay.
So, probably press the first thing.
I guess so. Hold it! Had you ever met the victim before then?
Whoops. No, never. But, that day he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dolly?
And this Dolly person is...
it's kind of embarrassing. She's my, sweetheart.
Aww.
What? What was that for, Mia?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden.
Darla Hathorne was also the lover of the murder victim, Doug Swallow. Before she met Mr. Wright, that is.
So it was one of those nasty love triangles, I see. Very nasty stuff that happens in soap operas.
He was in the pharmacy department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building.
Hold it! Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you should meet at 2:45?
Yeah, and we were both there right on time.
You said the victim was in the pharmacy department, correct?
Yeah, he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceutical stuff. Everyone called him the alchemist of IBU.
An alchemist, I see.
But gotta admit, it was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything.
That's weird.
It was filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high voltage electricity.
Oh, how fascinating. He sounds like he was quite an ambitious young man.
What do I do? Maybe I should ask him for some more details? Alright, I want to know more about the pharmacology department.
Okay.
I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit more about the pharmacology department?
Okay, sure. I don't know all that much, though.
A little bit earlier in your testimony, you said something interesting. You said that the department uses strange machines that run on high voltage electricity.
That's right, and they sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltages, so there are high voltage cables everywhere.
High voltage cables?
Yeah, they were electrical poles set up all around the building. The high voltage cables run overhead around the roof and stuff.
Finally, I think we're getting somewhere.
We are?
We are.
We talked for a bit, and then at around 3, we split up. Then later, I went back and found him lying there.
I guess we can hold it, yeah. So, you say you went back?
Yeah, that's when I found the body.
Yes, but why did you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with him?
Well, that's right, I was.
Then why, Mr. Wright? Why did you go back there?
I thought maybe we could make up? I'm what?
Wow.
That is...
Just gonna facepalm right now. Judging by the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one is buying this.
Nope.
Alright.
I'd been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days.
Alright, hold it! It's rather unusual to catch a cold this time of year, isn't it?
Yeah, I always get a little careless when the weather starts to warm up. I guess I shouldn't sleep with the window open this early in the spring, huh?
I suppose common sense is not always common.
Oh, snap.
Oh, so, did anyone else know that you were taking cold medicine?
Well, I always took one after meals, so I'm pretty sure all my friends knew about it. But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident.
Hold it! On the day of the incident, what did you do for lunch?
Huh? What does that have to do with anything?
I need to know that, Phoenix! You can never be too sure about these things.
I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. Dolly's homemade lunches are the greatest. Her mini omelets are magically delicious. Youch! Why did you punch me in the jaw?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like hurting someone all of a sudden. Wait, is she jealous?
I have no idea. I think that's enough for now. The defendant and the victim met at approximately the time of his death, and then the defendant returned to the scene for unknown reasons. I'm not entirely convinced by this explanation about the medicine bottle either. Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted. What? What do you mean?
I knew it! It was too much work for a little girl.
However, there is one mystery that still remains.
There is, Your Honor?
How the murder was carried out, of course. Just how was the victim electrocuted? Don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct?
Well, that is, you're correct, Your Honor.
So how exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? If I could somehow establish how it was done, maybe I could still come out of this mess smelling like a rose. Okay, I'm gonna try to establish the murder method.
Okay, Amber.
Yes! Alright, let's do this! Your Honor!
Yes, Miss Faye, what is it?
I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard up until now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died.
That would be most impressive.
Quite the brash statement coming from a rookie. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of the court, yes?
He's not fully Skeletor yet. A little bit.
Yeah.
An attorney must be able to substantiate their arguments with evidence.
Of course I know that! Actually, I'd totally forgotten about that.
Now then, Miss Faye, let me see what you've got. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted.
Okay, Luke, can you take a look at crime photo 1 and 2 here?
Oh, we got a bottle.
Okay, let's look at the other crime photo.
Well, there's
Okay,
a power cable.
I think, okay, can we actually look and put our, can we actually examine it? Are we able to examine it close or no?
We'd have to present the photo first.
All right, let's present it then. Let's present it, and
Right.
I think it looks like that shorted out cable. I think he somehow got onto it or something. I don't know. As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures it quite well, don't you think?
What? But there's nothing that even remotely resembles a murder weapon here. I'm afraid the defense is going to have to explain this in a bit more detail. Miss Faye, what exactly in this photo is the murder weapon?
Okay, I'm gonna go with that sparkling cable right there. It has to be.
Okay.
Well, naturally, it's right here.
That's... What is that?
A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. Remember the testimony we've heard. The machines the pharmacology students use in their experiments require high voltage. And because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere.
So then the high voltage cable...
Yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That is the most likely explanation.
That certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, I believe some praise is in order.
Don't toy with me, old man!
How dare you call me old? I have luscious hair! Now, the victim's cause of death may indeed have been the high voltage cables. However, I want you to think about what that implies.
It implies when I'm a ghost, your hair is gonna look even worse than it does now!
The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was... the defendant!
Oh no.
How do you figure that? That much is certainly true.
Yes, and that's not all. We have proof! Irrefutable proof that will establish that Mr. Wright was the murderer!
Oh my gosh.
You do? Well, what is it?
His fingerprints.
Fingerprints? What? You mean that the defendant's fingerprints were on something besides the machine medicine bottle?
Let's take another look at the crime scene. As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket. And, as you may know, the leather holds fingerprints quite well.
You mean...
Yes, it was quite clearly imprinted on the chest area of the victim's jacket. The palm print of the defendant's very own hand.
What?
I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like this. Intent on murder! He squarely pushed the victim towards the severed electrical cable. Yeah!
Oh my gosh, Phoenix!
Order! That's enough! I think we can conclude that there's no reason to continue with this cross-examination. Stick a fork in us, we're done.
Mr. Grossberg!
My butt never lies. The show is over, Mia. I knew that boy was guilty the first time I saw him.
What? He's our client! No! You're wrong! Mr. Wright is innocent!
No further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt.
Your Honor!
At this time, I'm prepared to render a verdict in this case. Oh, wow.
Hold it!
Do you have something further to add, Miss Faye?
Is this what you want, Mr. Wright?
Meh.
You still haven't told us the truth! The whole truth! If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict.
But I can't. I just can't say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be...
It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me.
Miss Faye!
No matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you, and I'll represent you to the very end.
We've already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything. Wait a minute!
Mr. Wright!
I'll tell you what really happened. But I've already told you, Mr. Wright, there's no need to further. I did it.
Huh?
I admit it, I pushed him! It's my fault. My fault that Doug Swallow's dead. What?
What?
Okay.
That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your own sake, if you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying! Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that, Push.
Whoa. Oh my gosh. What?
Wow.
This is bad.
That's not good. What you just said, was that the truth? Yes, I was afraid that if I told the truth, everyone would think I was the murderer for sure. Well, as things currently stand, we are absolutely convinced you are. Please give me one more chance to explain. This time I swear I'll tell the whole truth. It'll be okay, won't it, Miss Faye? I believe in you.
Oh, thank you. I still can't believe it. He really did push the victim.
The electrical cable probably wasn't there yet. Oh, it feels like my butt is doing the Harlem Shake. What?
Oh my god.
The Harlem Shake didn't even exist when this was...
I know!
What? Okay. Alright. The guy, he was talking bad about Dolly. Falcon, push!
Falcon, punch!
I lost my temper and gave him a shove. At the moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back, but he was just lying there dead.
Wait, a little while after?
Well, the explanation is really quite simple. When you pushed him, Mr. Swallow fell back and touched the electrical cable. He died from the shock, and that, as they say, is that.
I don't believe that.
A simple explanation indeed.
At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. Wet from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted.
But when I pushed him, there wasn't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, even I would have noticed it.
That's true. Even a doofus like him couldn't miss that.
Ouch. Miss Faye, let me warn you right now that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear on this?
Yes, Your Honor. Don't give up, Mia. If he is innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that will prove it. Okay, I'm gonna try to press him on everything, I think.
Okay.
So when I push the victim...
Yeah, he was talking bad about Dolly.
Hold it! So, what kinds of things did Mr. Swallow say to you?
He said all sorts of horrible things about, bad things about Dolly. He said that she was a bad girl. Is that all? Yep. Well, Miss Faye, you heard him yourself.
Oh boy, you're not doing yourself any favors here, Mr. Wright. Please don't make this harder for me than it already is.
Anyway, after he said that, I just...
Hold!
You can't hold it.
Oh, never mind.
I lost my temper and gave him a shove.
Sorry. Hold it! Can you tell me about what happened in a little bit more detail.
That guy, he just said that he wanted to say to me. And then he put on the jacket he was holding and started to leave. Okay. That's when I lost my temper and flew into a furious frenzy of pushing.
Whoa.
I just gave him a light, gentle shove to the chest.
Weird, and he just fell over? And when you did that, there was no severed cable anywhere to be seen?
Right. There was nothing like that at all.
But it is possible that you merely overlooked it.
Huh? Well, I guess it's possible.
What are you doing? Don't let that guy steamroll over you like cheap asphalt.
I believe what's important here is the moment of the push that occurred. Let's continue on with the testimony, witness.
Okay.
At the moment, I heard some kind of loud noise.
Hold it! A loud noise. And what would you say that loud noise was, Mr. Wright?
I'm not sure, but it was really loud. It was like, snap! You know, come to think of it, I wonder what that was.
Clearly, Your Honor, it was the sound of the victim being electrocuted.
Objection! You're not qualified to decide that. What should I do? I'm treading on some dangerous ground here. Okay, I think I should ask for more details about it. Mr. Wright, that loud noise you heard may be extremely important. So try to remember what it was.
How do I put it? It was like a sharp crack. Aha! Could it have been?
Yes! Could it have been? Hurry up and tell us!
When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella he was holding.
Oh.
I don't...
So it could have been the umbrella falling down?
He fell right on top of it, and it broke. That was probably the noise I heard.
An umbrella, huh? And did that umbrella belong to the victim?
Yeah, it was a plastic umbrella, cheap and frail, kind of like the owner. Then again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally soaked to the bone.
Miss Faye, what do you think? Is there something important in the testimony just now?
Well, of course it's important. This is it, Mia. The new information you've been waiting for. Of course it's important. No, this cheap umbrella is more than important. It's vital. I want to officially have it entered into the testimony.
Ah, how perfectly fitting the flimsy information for a flimsy lawyer.
The court agrees to the defense's request. Witness, please add the bit about the cheap umbrella to your testimony.
After I shoved him, he fell down on top of his cheap umbrella.
Okay,
You want me to press him?
I would like to present something.
What would you like to
Am I
present?
allowed to look at things before I present them or no?
The umbrella's right there, but it does look broken.
Okay, and the other picture is just the pills. Okay, let's present that photo one there.
Okay.
I'm gonna present it. Why didn't you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning, right?
Oh, and Amber's basically leading this case, if you guys didn't know. Come on, if I had mentioned that...
I wouldn't have been able to counter the prosecution's arguments earlier.
What? What do you mean by that?
Take another look at the crime scene photo. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the electrical pole.
You're absolutely right.
The conclusion here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he fell. In other words, after he was pushed by the defendant, Mr. Swallow was still alive.
No!
Oh, yes.
Order! Order! The victim, he moved? Mr. Payne, the umbrella in this photo, where is it now?
Well, it was collected by police at the crime scene.
I want it presented as evidence immediately.
Broken umbrella.
But the umbrella could have simply been blown there by the wind.
Objection! According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There's simply no way it could have been blown there by the wind if he was on top of it.
Yeah, but
All right, I know this matter of umbrella seems relatively trivial, but as long as the smallest doubt remains, I cannot render final judgment.
Thank you, Your Honor.
no.
Oh yeah, go Mia!
I must say, I still find it hard to believe that a huge hole has been blown in the prosecution's case by the defendant's testimony.
Phoenix testimony added to the court record.
Well done, Mia.
Yeah.
Mr. Payne, what are you chuckling about?
Pardon me, Your Honor. It seems I was expecting too much of a free ride. I was foolish to think I could establish guilt through cross-examination alone.
I'm afraid I don't follow what you're saying.
Me neither. Let me guess. You have another witness.
Exactly! And this witness's testimony will be inconvertible.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, who is this witness?
Miss Dalla Hathorn.
Dahlia.
You mean Dolly?
I do, Your Honor. The defendant's very own lover is a witness to the whole thing. That's right. She was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place.
Nani?
I'm sorry to break the bad news to you, my dear.
Bad news? You couldn't be more wrong. Actually, I've been waiting for this.
You can't be serious.
Mia, what do you mean by that? I think this is a good point for us to stop. The court will now enter a 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we'll listen to the testimony of Miss Dalla Hathorn. I believe.
I think it's pronounced Dahlia, Your Honor.
Whatever!
April 11th, 11:52 a.m., District Court Defendant Lobby Number 3.
Miss Faye, I'm sorry about what happened back there. Cliffhanger!
Oh, cliffhanger!
Oh! So anyway, guys and gals, that is going to do it for this episode. Join us next time as Dolly takes the stand and we find out more about this case in Phoenix Wright's past.
Ooh, hello, Dolly.
Exactly. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And check out some other cool Let's Plays going up on the channel later tonight, whether it's Sword Art Online or something else. God bless and happy gaming.
See ya! Have a great day, guys!